All right, 3 ways to create more content in less time. Hey everybody, we're Jill and Levi Hunsaker coming to you live here. And if this is your first time checking us out, make sure you like our page so you can continue to get our updates and see our videos and things like that, get our trainings. But today what we want to focus on is how to create content to better serve your audience. And we've got 3 tips for you on how to do that.
So content is the lifeblood of your business. So the content creates community and community creates commerce.
And that's the big thing. How many of you guys have had trouble being consistent in creating your content, right? You want to create value and you want to make sure that everything is awesome and value packed for your audience every time you show up, but you're having a hard time doing that because it takes a ton of time. So go ahead and drop #time below if you're having struggles with that. We've struggled with that. But these tips, we hope that these tips are actually going to help you do better with that.
So tip number 1 is to know your target market. This makes me think of the Lorax. You're not the target market, weirdo. Anyway, so know who you're talking to, know their pains and their fears, their struggles, know their dreams and their desires, and know where they're trying to get.
Yeah, and really the content that you are creating, is it for you or is it for them? We've talked about this before in some of our other videos, but really, what is your purpose of creating that content? Is it to sell something, or is it to help someone better their own business? The second you stop thinking about yourself and really hone in on that target market and what you can do to make better content to help them progress in their business, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah. So you just have to remember that your target market is just like you only a few months ago. Like, you don't have to be an expert. You just have to be a little bit ahead so that you can actually have something to share.
Yeah, and really, that is what I think becoming a leader really comes down to. Now, it's learning something, being ahead of somebody else, and turning around and lending a hand to help them along the same path that you are finding success.
So remember a few months ago, think about what your struggles were. What were you Googling? What were your questions? What were you struggling with?
What were your biggest pains, fears, dreams, and desires at that point? And what have you found that has helped you move forward? So, yeah, tip number 2 is consider different learning styles. And for a long time, I was not doing this. So some people like the audio and visual. Some people like live videos. Some people like recorded videos and watching trainings, but not everybody does. So you're missing out. I don't know if you guys have heard of the 80-20 rule, but let's apply it to this principle. Only 20% of the people are going to like the audio-visual medium. So you're missing 80% of your market by only doing a Facebook Live. Now, they get a lot better engagement and they can get to know your personality better, and so they're very important to do. But think about other types of posts that you could do beyond Facebook Lives. Maybe that's long story posts, or you're going to continue to do your Facebook Lives. Auditory, maybe you're going to do things like a podcast where there's no video, or maybe some hands-on stuff, some regular posts, some imagery. Like, mix it up, because you're going to attract different people with each type of content. And the best part about that, considering different learning styles, is it actually jumps us into tip number 3,
which is repurposing content. So why don't you explain?
Apparently I'm doing this. So what does it mean to repurpose content, right? You are learning. You're constantly learning as a leader. You're bringing new information in, and you're sifting through all of the different pieces of information. Now, as you're doing that, you're taking notes, right? And I'm not saying take someone else's content and go regurgitate it. I'm saying take someone else's content, learn the key pieces and the things that stuck out to you, and expand on that to your audience. So teach them the valuable pieces of content that you are learning along the way. And that's what I mean by repurposing content. Now, this goes back to number 2, is you're going to share that content in different formats. You're going to do long story posts. You're going to maybe do Facebook Lives, or you're going to take your email list and send out an email. Get some personal contact. Facebook and Instagram stories are great ways to kind of show the behind the scenes of what's going on in your business. And you can kind of share that content of you learning about these things on your stories. And you can do blog posts. You can do a ton of things. Now, what does that buy you?
It buys you a broader reach. You're able to reach more people.
Yeah. It's all about reaching the people, because if you can't help them, you're not serving them. So find the way to reach them that they want to be reached. And so that's the 3 tips that we've got for you, is to know your target market, really understand them, to repurpose, or to consider the different learning styles and repurpose content and put it out there for those learning styles. So those are the 3 tips that we've got for you today. Hopefully you found some value in this. If you got some value, let us know what your favorite tip is today and how you plan to use it in your business, because it's not what you learn about, it's what you think about what you learn about that's going to change your business. So have a great night, everybody, and we will talk to you later.